Gulf Arab nations asked Netflix to remove quote unquote offensive LGBTQ-friendly content. Saudi state television also aired an interview with a quote unquote behavioral consultant who described Netflix as a quote official sponsor of homosexuality. This is what conservatives and Republicans desperately want to do in the United States. I mean, you see them already doing it in Florida, you see them doing it in Texas, censoring books, banning books, banning like educational curriculum, making it illegal to be a certain type of a person, like inaccurately labeling people as predators in order to demonize them, in order for them to be attacked by their dummy sheep, their stupid sheep people that just do whatever they say. You know, the people that are absolutely terrified of a drag queen reading a kid's story. Meanwhile, priests around the country, around the globe, constantly and regularly molest children. Mormon, Catholic, Christian, all of those religions regularly. The joint statement issued on behalf of the Committee of the Gulf Cooperation Council made the request, saying unspecified programs, quote, contradict Islamic and social values and principles. Similarly, the so-called Christians in the United States are using the same excuses for why they want to ban books. They want to make legislation that makes being a certain type of a person illegal. They want to demonize you. The move comes after countries in the Muslim world in June banned public showing of the movie Lightyear over a brief moment showing two lesbian characters kissing. After that, the company's Disney Plus streaming service said, quote, content available should align with local regulatory requirements in Gulf Arab countries. So, yeah, of course, Disney, which is a very conservative company, like the fact that there was a brief scene of anything implying any other gender other than straight in a Disney product is very unusual. That's how conservative Disney is. And of course they would, because Disney cares only about money. They don't care about trying to make the good art. They don't care about being representative. They care that that kind of stuff is popular. They can make money off of it. They pretend to care. But they will gladly oblige any of these right-wing things. I mean, I would assume Disney has unpaused their contributions to the Conservative Party, right? Because they only paused their contributions with the whole kerfuffle over in Florida, right, with DeSantis. But I'm sure they have gone back to their donations or doing donations in some other roundabout way. Because Disney really only cares about money. They don't care about the products that they constantly buy up, the franchises they constantly buy up. They don't care. They just know there's like loyal worshiping fans of Star Wars that they can squeeze every last penny out of. They know that there's loyal worshiping fans of Marvel that they can squeeze every last penny out of. They have tons of IP that they will just constantly regurgitate to squeeze every last penny. They will raise their prices constantly to squeeze every last penny they can because they only care about profit. They're not a magical world of happiness. They are a consumer-based corporation trying to maximize profit and will gladly bend to the whims of any kind of country that wants to censor them. Netflix, on the other hand, different story. I would imagine companies would oblige It's the same thing with in America. If in a couple years, if the Republicans get office and we just sink farther and farther into fascism and censorship just gets more and more to where, reading the Bible becomes mandatory in classes, where Christianity becomes the national religion, where people are forced to worship and pray for religious beliefs, they would force companies to do the same thing, right? The exact same thing. And it's a form of censorship. And when I mention this as a comment on this post, somebody's like, what do you mean? Conservatives are all about freedom. They're not about censorship. It's like, wake up. What do you think they are doing in these countries? All in these states, all of their actions, the Conservative Party, is to restrict freedoms, right? Now, federally, there's no protection of abortion. So now in states, there's a lot of states removing freedoms from women. Half of the population is considered to be a second-class citizen, not allowed to make health decisions based on their body, are forced to give birth, forced to carry a fetus, whether it was incestually put in, raped into them, doesn't matter. They do not care. Women are second-class citizens. And that's the GOP doing that. They opened up so states can do that, and they would love to change that federally. They would love to eliminate rights federally for not only women, but for people of color, interracial marriage, anything that protects the separation of church and state. These are all things that they want to do. They want to ban contraception. They want to do all of the things to make us so similar to these places in the Middle East that are governed by religion, right? This is an example. This is what we have to look forward to. This is what the Christians in this country want to do. You can call them extremists. There's a lot of them that vote for it. Almost half of the country is down for this shit. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if Florida and Texas at some point force streaming companies to not allow certain movies to be streamed in their state. Which they could do. They could easily do that on any of these streaming platforms, make it regionally, so people would have to get VPNs in order to watch certain movies.
New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at inspireddisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!
Today is the day where you wake up and you realize that everything that you've been dreaming about, everything that you've been wanting, every goal and wish and hope that you've ever had can become real. Dreams can come true. What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.